Welcome to Country Kickback, where you'll hear the latest music from performers you already know and discover new music and artists from around the world. If you have an artist you'd like us to chat with, reach out to the team at countrykickback.com, or you can watch our live videos and more by following us on social media and YouTube. Here is your host, Danny Shaw, with the latest from Country Kickback.
Hi, back again. The show tonight has been one that we've had to keep changing, but it's finally happening. We're finally here. Last night, as I said before, my car didn't want to play ball with me. My new BT50 has turned out to be a bit of trouble all the last couple of weeks. It's not doing what I want it to do, and Mazda are not being overly helpful. But we are happening tonight. We've got Billie-Jo Porter waiting for us in the green room. She's just come off of the live. She goes live on her page every Thursday. So next time she's live on her page, you have to jump over and watch. It's lots of fun. So we're going to welcome her into the room. Hello. We're finally here. We did it.
I'm so glad to be hanging out with you. Thanks very much for having me on the show.
Thank you for coming. I know we've interrupted your live. It looks so much fun. You have so many people that join in every time. It's great.
Oh, look, it's a wild and woolly show. It's definitely not professional at all, but we have a really fun time. And I think that's just doing it.
Yes, yeah. You guys have been doing it for most of COVID, haven't you? Like through a fair chunk of that time.
Yeah, I feel like I can't remember exactly when I started it. It was like right when COVID started and there was no gigs, and I was like, right,
what do I do?
Yeah, I just tested it out one day and people turned up and we had a few laughs, and I thought, oh, we'll just keep doing it. And then it's just evolved into this thing where we do it every week, and we've made a lot of great friends on there and had a lot of like funny moments. And now when I see people that are coming to the shows, it's like, you know, we're old mates because we've been
it's so weird, isn't it? You're friends with all the people that watch, like, and yet you've never met them in person, and it's so crazy because it feels like you've met them in person every week for.
100%. That's been the wonderful thing about these online things. So thank you for doing what you do as well, because you know, it gave us a lot of hope and light during the last few years.
Wasn't it? We've had to push through. I just love, to be honest, it's almost like it was just this big thing that said to the music world, you know what, we're going to throw anything we can at you and see how many things you can just overcome. And every one of us, like the whole industry, has just gone, oh, well, we'll do this instead then, and we'll do this. And it's just the amount of adapting and things that this industry has had to do. It's incredible that we've been able to push through it all and go, well, we're still going to find a way to do this. So that's lovely.
Yeah, you can't stop a good time, can you?
That's it. That's right. It's just like it set these challenges and we had no intention of listening to them. There's lots of people popping into the room. I know Jonathan is in the room and he was watching on your live stream as well. I saw him there. And Jan is on the live stream. Jan is actually coming to Tassie very soon, so I'm very excited. I get to see her down here. And Chris has popped in. He said to say hi. And well, you were watching over on the live earlier too, weren't you, Chris? Were you watching?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got some repeat offenders in here tonight. Thanks for tuning in.
Aren't we lucky? And that's a really funny thing too. So just like you, we watch you guys play and we watch every artist that comes up, and then all the other artists we were all watching together. So we're all just big fans, really. And so we've got the same group of people that tune in everywhere. So it's just a really big family. I love it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to be able to connect via this platform, because I mean we're all spread all over the place. Because you're in Launceston, right?
Yeah, I'm in Launceston. Are you still in Coffs?
Coffs Harbour, yep.
Still in Coffs. I know we've got people from Queensland, the UK, New South Wales. We've got people everywhere watching and joining us. It's fun. It's cheaper than a plane ticket.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, you're getting to meet people from all over that you wouldn't normally, right?
Yeah, I know. I just go back to, you know, even for when we were at school, none of this existed when we were at school,
No.
and we didn't have those platforms to make friends outside of our small sort of hometown. And if you made friends in other states or other countries, it was usually because you had family to go and stay with, or so you didn't have that broad connection around the world.
That's right. And you grab a pen pal on your holidays, wouldn't you? You pen pal them a bit.
I had a pen pal. Yep. And it'd always be like you really wanted to write to them, but it always took so long to write it neat by hand. And
oh yeah, oh, trials and tribulations.
Yeah, you spelt wrong. It was just a pain. Now we just don't even have to look at what we spell. The computer changes it for us.
Yeah, 100%. So good.
What else have you? Oh, I've got little gnats in my house everywhere at the moment. I don't know why, but it's probably going to thunderstorm or something, I reckon. Tell me what you've been up to, because I have had you. Last time we talked to you, you'd been to Tamworth and you'd released music. What have you been up to since then? Because it hasn't been that long, but it feels like you've been piling lots of stuff into your time.
Yeah, well, that's right. Just back from Tamworth. Straight after that, we went to Texas for amazing trip.
Oh.
So did that. That was fun. Wrote some
Was that
songs.
your first time? Was that your first time there?
It's not the first time in the States, but it was the first time in Texas. And it was so cool.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah, that was good. And then what else did we do? Then pretty much after that, we had Boots and Beach in Port Macquarie, and I released a song, More Than Friends, and then just been gigging and writing songs, and now I've released Let It All Roll Out. So it's just been kind of one thing after another, and it's good to be back playing live and getting to have experiences again. And it does make time really just go by a bit quicker, and you're like, holy moly, did we get all that done in 1 year? Like it felt like
we'd done a lifetime of things in that short period. It's actually really good, because I was sort of thinking so many artists going back out there live now and trying to get it, but so many are saying, it's really hard. I've got to get a gig fit again. But you've been playing every week on your live stream, so at least you've had that keeping you in that sort of zone to be able to go back out as much as you have.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely doing the live streams every Thursday night has enabled me to test out a lot of songs that I'd been writing, to see how they come up live and see what people's ideas and feedback are on them, and also kept my calluses.
Yes.
Good.
Oh, yes. The worst part. The hard thing. Yes.
But Cough's area has been pretty good for music. I've got to play a few good spots over the last few years. Even though things were quite restricted there for a while, everyone still really looked after the music community. And it could have been a lot worse down here. It was we were pretty lucky.
Yes, we're lucky. Yeah. So what's happening from this single, Let It All Roll Out? It's been out for a little while. How is it going for you? And obviously this is one that you must have trialed on a Thursday night before you released as well.
Well, this is a song. We wrote it at a Tamworth Country Music Festival years ago. Me and my friend Rachel Kennedy. I'm from out near Corindi, but I lived in Tamworth for a few years when I got my when I turned 18. And we were pouring beers at the Tamworth Hotel, and that's where I met my friend Rach, who wrote the song with me. And it's been good, because full circle, I guess she was the person that got me into singing again. I did a fair bit of it at school, but then after school didn't really do any of it. And then she had a guitar and was playing songs and started playing at the Tamworth Hotel that we both worked at. And then I started getting up and playing the bass guitar, which I didn't even know how to play. I was just winging it. And if I didn't know what chords, so I would just turn it down, and I would just
just pretend. That's what we all do, isn't it? That's what this industry is about, is pretending we know what we're doing.
It's funny. Like it didn't take me long to get the swing of it, but yeah, I definitely did just get up there for the vibes. And yeah, so flash forward years and years later, after going around the world and stuff, we were back in Tamworth at the festival, and we wrote this song, Let It All Roll Out, just outside of town at her mum and dad's place. And we were sitting on her front porch, and there was gum trees. We were looking at them swaying in the breeze, and we were having cups of teas, trying to psych ourselves up to go back to Tamworth in the heat and enjoy some more life and experiences and music. But before that, I was like, right, Rach, we better write a song. And basically the whole song just came out of that experience and what we'd been seeing on the streets as we were busking and in the pubs, and what people have been saying to us and stuff like that. And we just poured it all into a song. And yeah, it's a good time capsule and kind of reminder of that moment.
I was going to say, whenever you're performing it, a lot of that would be flooding back in and thinking of all those times. That's a wonderful way to, because that's what we do, isn't it, with memories? We often associate, like, a song will play and it'll take you back to a time when you must have been hearing that song playing, and that would be a lovely way to capture your memories, and each time you play it, think about each other.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a line in that song, listen to the old man's working sounds. And while we were writing the song, her dad was up in the garage tinkering and fixing. He loves fixing cars, and he's not with us anymore. So yeah, it's really cool to have that song. And even for Rach, when she plays it or hears it back, she goes back to that happy time when everything's all good. And yeah.
How beautiful. See, we do make magic, don't we? Music is magic. It's got some beautiful things. Now, Let It All Roll Out, you've done a lyric video for it. Did you do that?
No, I didn't do it. I would love to be able to do that, though.
I know, because I was looking at thinking, I wish I was that creative.
No, I got it made, and I purposely chose the scenes to go along with the story of the song and how it all came together as we were writing it. And I wanted a lot of buskers in there and a lot of people playing instruments and things, because that's a lot of what Tamworth's about. And I haven't got the golden guitar in there, the outline of that at the beginning of the song. It's just a kind of encaptures the memory of the whole experience for the song. And for anyone who's been to Tamworth, they might find themselves in a line or two of those songs.
It's if you go to Tamworth, there's always a high chance that you could end up in someone's song, because people that you meet along the way, there's a fairly high chance they're a musician or a songwriter of some description. So if you're not on your best behavior, you're going to end up in a song.
100%. Careful what you say.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to be around these people, this is what's going to happen. You're not safe. It's the way it's going to be. Oh dear, it's just so lovely to hear those memories. Now, what are your plans? Are you going to release more music for this year, or is this your last single for the year?
What are we at? We're in October.
Oh, wow, it's nearly the end of October, like 10 days. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So this will be my last song that I release this year, and I've got some more plans and things in the pipes for next year. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, I'm excited for what's coming up and what's already happened. It's been really well received, and thanks to everyone who's been checking it out and listening to it. And yeah, it's been really good.
It comes up on my Spotify too. I love it when these things. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that my phone listens to me doing interviews, because I'll have a person on and it'll be a specific song, and then sometimes those songs are not always the ones that are play. When it shuffles, it'll play another one of someone's songs, whatever's obviously had the higher plays, and then it'll play the one that I talked about on the show. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. So I think it's listening to me, but I don't mind, because it means it's sending me good music.
Yeah, if it's giving you the stuff you want to hear, happy days.
But honestly, if someone's listening, good luck. It can't be very entertaining. It'd mostly be me snoring. Or like getting a cat, cleaning out cat litter, or I'll never forget. I think I don't know if you were at the 2020 Golden Guitars. I'll never forget that night. We were all, we're all dressed up. You get your hair done, and because I haven't been to a Tamworth since then because of COVID. And I went to the night and I got to catch up with so many people that I hadn't been able to catch up with all festival because we don't have time. And I was like, we're all dressed up. We look so great. And the next morning when I flew out home, the first thing I did was went outside and picked up the dog poo because I'd been away for a week. And I thought, this is my actual life. that dress up thing, not actually what happens.
Like Cinderella there for one night, next minute.
Midnight and I was gone.
Back to reality.
So tell us what's the reaction for Let It All Roll Out?
Oh, look, it's been good. It's been getting a fair bit of radio play, which is cool. It's on high rotation on ABC Country, which is so great. And it snuck into the Hot 50 there on the Country Town charts, and has snuck into a few other charts, which it's a bit of a slower song, so I wasn't sure how it would go, but people have seemed to like it. It's probably got, in the shortest amount of time, the most Shazams than maybe previous songs have. So I can kind of see from that people are getting into it, and it's definitely been a favorite of mine, just the way Shane Nicholson's done the production on it, and it was one of his favorite songs to record, and he's really done an amazing job on it. So I'm really proud of it and pleased and glad that people have been getting behind it.
Well, I know you're sitting there with a guitar, and we didn't discuss before we went live. Are you happy to do a song, or would you just like to chat? Are you going to do this?
I just always take my guitar with me. It's good.
It's a great leading thing, it's a good conversation starter. I don't actually play it. Just sit there with it. Are you going to do this song? What song are you going to do?
Yeah, let's do it. I'll do a song. Yeah, if you're cool with that, let it roll out.
I will give you the room if you would like.
Sure.
I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Here we are. Oh, here we go. I'm very excited. I need to calm down. This one's called Let It All Roll Out. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Sitting on the porch on the edge of town, breeze rustles through the trees of this dried earth ground. Nothing here to do but sit around and listen to the old man's working sound. We're picking out a tune where pretty birds fly, shaded from the sun in this big blue sky. Should be getting gone, but we sit right here. Can't blame the heat, we can't blame the beer. We could worry about the mistletoe killing the trees, worry about the heat when we lose the breeze, or worry about our plans when the money runs out. Be right here and let it all roll out, all roll out, all roll out. Whatever it takes, we can work it out. Tam was waiting for us over that rise, with music for our soul really satisfies. See the old folks walking down the street, pocket full of change to a busker's feet. You're lucky if you slept, you're lucky if you're clean. One couple said it felt like New Orleans. We should be getting gone, but we're sitting right here. Can't blame the heat, we can't blame the beer. We could worry about the mistletoe killing the trees, worry about the heat when we lose the breeze, or worry about our plans when the money runs out. Be right here and let it all roll out, all roll out, all roll out. Whatever it takes, we can work it out. We could worry about the mistletoe killing the trees, worry about the heat when we lose the breeze, or worry about our plans when the money runs out. Be right here and let it all roll out, all roll out, all roll out. Whatever it takes, we can work it out. Sitting on the porch on the edge of town, breeze rustles through the trees of this dried up ground. Nothing here to do but sit around and listen to the old man's working sounds.
Hey, thank you so much. I do love that song, and I can see, yeah, it's a great song to do acoustically, isn't it? It's just a beautiful one.
Thank you. Yeah, I do love just getting and having a little plink on the acoustic guitar. Yeah, it does. It feels good.
It does. It's definitely my favorite. You have got so many people popping in. I'm trying to scroll back if it'll let me. If I've missed someone, pop a comment in. Rosie is watching, and
That's my mum. Hello, Mum.
I wonder that she loves your lives. They're so much fun. And who's this? We've got Michelle.
Michelle, oh, my sister. Yeah.
Oh, we've got the whole family. Jan is watching from Caboolture. She's, as I said, the one that's heading to Tassie soon, and I cannot wait. New South Wales, Port Macquarie. And we've got loads of people. Jenny is watching as well.
Jenny, g'day.
There's so many people. Everyone's saying it's a fantastic song and loving it. So thank you for that. Now, with you've done the lyric video. Are you going to do an actual film clip as well, or are you just going to stick with lyric videos for this one?
Yep, stick with the lyric video for this one. Yep. And probably have a think about what's next for the next ones in the future coming out. But yeah, it's been fun. I've done a full film clip for the last 3. So this time I was like, we'll just see how we can do a nice hand-drawn lyric video. Just try and
worked beautifully.
Yeah. Seems to have gone pretty good. So happy with that. And I'm just kind of like taking it as it comes for each one, trying to do something a little bit different. And it's been fun just to be able to, think outside the box and think, okay, what's next? Because it's not just the writing of the song and recording it. It's like everything else that goes along with it. There's a lot to think about.
It's huge. And actually, almost once the recording it is almost the easy bit compared to when you got to line everything up and everything you got to get out there, and it's huge business. And I think releasing a song is almost as hard as releasing an album, because you've still got to do the same processes for one song, or whether it's 10 songs, you've still got to get the publicist, you've still got to have those bookings for interviews, you still got to do all this work. It's huge. Yeah,
it's good. It is rewarding though. Like I've definitely enjoyed the process of releasing all these songs, and just
Is this your 4th or 5th?
This is the fourth song.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you've had a few interesting different ways to do it now, because you've had COVID and now you're doing it this way. Have you found everything to be different every single time, or have you sort of got into a bit of a groove with releasing and recording?
No, I'm starting to see the pattern. I definitely, on the first song, Feels Like Us, I had no idea what I was in for, and it was a lot of like wandering around in the dark, but luckily I had some really awesome friends and people I could tap into. Like I chatted a lot with Greta Zilla, Andrew Swift, Haley Jensen, Clint Wilson, And they were very helpful in helping me like figure out how to navigate everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been really good. And then also Jules, who's been doing publicity for me for all of these ones, she's been a wealth of knowledge to tap into. And Shane, who put me onto Jules, like, yeah, it's kind of really nice how everyone in the industry kind of reaches out and gives you a hand. And if you've got any questions, it's no big deal to like.
Is it? Yeah. No, I agree. Anytime you're like, oh, should I do this? You just send someone a message, and people are not just help you, but they're so happy and want to help you. We're so lucky. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's all the same for everyone, isn't it? We've all got those processes that we have to navigate.
Yeah, and the first time's always pretty daunting, I think, for anyone. So yeah, it's definitely been good to be able to like tap into those people and get their knowledge. And I don't know whether, like, if I was in a different genre, whether there'd be a similar sort of thing. I don't know. I think there's something about country music, and we've got these festivals that, especially Tamworth, where everyone kind of goes to, and they're all in the one spot. You meet everyone, you become friends, and it's a really good. They talk about it being a family, and I would agree that, you know, everyone's there to try and lift each other up and help each other out along the way, which is like, I guess if you think about country people, that's how it goes. You know, we all rely on each other for help and assistance when we need to.
Yeah.
And
well, look at how much people are pulling together just the last few days, you know, with the floods and you know, you've got whole communities coming together just to make sandbags or to check on each other. It's a country thing. We definitely have that sort of thing in us, I think. I guess it's also a very Australian thing, I think, as well.
Yeah, it's good. And yeah, shout out to anyone out there who's experiencing
we have been, and I hope you're all staying safe and just look after yourselves and each other. Don't, you know, things can be replaced, but people can't. So look after each other. Hopefully, I hope we start to get a little bit of a break from all of this very soon, and we can actually enjoy Christmas, hopefully, and have a bit of downtime from all these disasters and pandemics and things. I think it's time the world gave us a rest for a bit.
Okay. Oh, well, let's fingers crossed on that.
Yes, it'd be lovely. Now, where can we see you playing? I know you've had lots of shows. Where can we come to see you play in the near future?
Yeah, well, I've got around this area, I'm playing in Coffs at the Twilight Markets on Friday, and then Sarah Leet is coming to November.
Oh, really? We had her on, was it 2 weeks ago? Had her on
yes, she's amazing, isn't she?
So good. Yes.
Yeah, looking forward to that one.
You have to do some filming for us or get some photos and send them.
Okay, I will. Okay, that's good.
Yes.
You've got the show with her there. If anyone's going to the Tamworth Country Music Festival, I'm very excited to be having a
alert from reminders.
Reminders, yeah. I wasn't sure if it was live. I'm like, did I do something wrong? I updated my computer this afternoon, so I thought it was my fault.
Definitely
a reminder. He was telling us it was a reminder because we're going to Tamworth and you have an amazing show.
That's right. We'd love to see you. Greta Zilla's putting on a show at the Moonshiners Honky Tonk, which is on Tuesday, the 17th of January at 6 p.m. And I'm also going to be playing there at that show as well. I'm very excited because Greta's one of my favorite female artists. She writes amazing songs, and she's just a real firecracker live. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
I'm sorry. I have got a cat that is just freaked out. I'm just going to check because I think there's a mouse here. I'm just hoping it's a mouse and not something I don't want it to be. So I'm just going to check because
you do it. You do you. You do you.
I don't want it to be a snake. What is wrong?
Oh. All right, now we're all just waiting with bated breath.
Now we're waiting on. So he's even got runny eyes. He's really stressed. I can't see anything, but I just have this fear of snakes, and I always worry. And I had the door open earlier today, so.
Oh gosh! Hope you're all right.
Okay, I can't see anything. I'm so sorry. I had to do that. He was just
No, you're right. What's
very
the
old.
cat's name?
It's Evan. Evan for Evandale. The day I moved to Evandale is the day I picked Evan up from Dr. Harry. He was a Dr. Harry's cat.
I would just
And,
like to say Evan looks like an Evan. He really
He
does.
does, doesn't he? He's very much an Evan. He's 14 and a half now. So he's
Really?
my oldest one now, yes. Yeah, he's my oldest cat, and the other cats stress him out a little bit because he's an old man. It could be a rat, Jonathan, and I'd be happy if it's a rat or a mouse compared to a snake. I'm fine with rats, mice, spiders, but not snakes.
No, snakes is my terror moment.
Oh,
it's a horror for me.
Yeah, and I know because I don't know where you grew up. Did you see lots of them? Because we didn't, and we had land, and I only saw a few, but obviously those few just traumatized me.
Yeah, well, when I grew up, we had a few acres where I grew up, and my dad was always like, keep your eyes on the ground for snakes. And so I was just always scanning the ground for snakes, as if one was just going to be there every single day when I'm walked.
Yeah.
But we did have a few run-ins. We had a dam down the back, and we'd go swimming there after we'd fed all the menagerie of animals after school, and we'd go down to the dam and we'd swim all afternoon. One afternoon, my brother and I we left our boogie boards down there, and then lifted up the boogie boards, and there was a snake, and we're like, oh my God, and we ran away.
Leave the boogie board. We do not need that boogie board. We'll get another one.
Yeah. We're never using the boogie board again.
They're gone. No, we're leaving them there. That's what I feel like. Oh dear, it's so funny, isn't it? You guys have snakes that aren't poisonous and things up there too, don't you? You have ones.
I'm thinking coughs. Actually, my neighbor was saying that they had a massive python at their house, and they had to get the snake man to take it away. Yeah. And he said that the snake man said that he wouldn't be surprised if every house in Coffs Harbour has a snake in their yard, because and I'm like, oh.
Did you move? Are you moving now?
I'm moving to Launceston.
Yeah, that's right. You come down here. We're not that bad. I would have just not coped.
I haven't seen any snakes here though, so I think we're all right.
So you're okay. I don't know what I've got here, but there was definitely something.
Yeah, you better.
Funny. Oh dear.
Sing out if you need some help, and we'll send.
Yeah, we'll send the snake man down. Yeah. Oh dear, I'm touch wood. I've never had one here, but you never know. It's one of those things down here. So, are you coming to Tassie to do a gig next year? I think we should get you down here. I think we need to do some travel.
Oh yes, well that would be good. I do love Tasmania, and I love Launceston. It's my favourite place.
Yeah, I know. You were saying that last time.
Yeah, well, there you go.
That was right.
It's still my favourite place. I just love those buildings down there.
I know. Aren't they gorgeous? We are so lucky here. Yeah. We've got so many different ones all around the state too. So there's the Hobart has beautiful buildings, and then you've got different ones up here, and then you go to the West Coast and it's a whole nother different type of, it's almost like another country when you go to the different areas. So we're so lucky. We should definitely do a tour down here. I think we should definitely organise that.
All right. Okay. I'll put it on my list.
On the list, because next year's not full at all.
Well, actually, next year I'm going to be, I'm probably going to be playing a lot more gigs around different spots. That's my goal. So, it'd be good to get down your way.
That'd be so good. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Before we go, what are your social media? It's Billie-Jo Porter Music on Facebook, isn't it?
Yep, and Instagram. And then I have a website, billiejoporter.com, where you can jump on my email list.
I'll put that in the comments if I can get it to work. I've got it. This is a new Facebook thing that's allowing us to do, is put comments in like this when we're live.
Oh, get it in there. Oh, I see it.
And no, I was
I just seed.
Do you have the hyphen in Billie-Jo on the website?
No, it's just Billie-Jo Porter all sandwiched together. So BILLIE JOPORTER.com.
Look at that. I couldn't do it. I think it was meant to have this before, but it never used to work because we were live, and now I can do that. So you guys actually get the link straight away. But I have put, for anyone that hasn't seen it, I have put the link to the lyric video on YouTube up the top. So go up there and have a look at it if you haven't already seen it.
Wow, I can see all the comments now. There's loads of people in here. Hello, everyone.
It's so good now. I mean, I don't like the fact that I can't tag you in the schedule for some reason, but other than that, it's so much easier to use. It's really good.
That's cool. Yeah, it's nice when they make changes for the best, isn't it?
The best, yeah, I know. It's so much better, and I can go live to so many more places. And
yeah, 100%.
Well, we'll have to chat again before the year's out, but we'll book a time to catch up in Tamworth and see you very soon. But in the meantime, guys, head up and subscribe. The Spotify and YouTube are all up there, so have a look at the links and make sure you subscribe, and you'll be able to see the new video, the new lyric video. Look, what's Krista? Save me from the snake. Oh, yeah. I you know how you're supposed to stand still when you see a snake?
Exactly. Yeah.
I can't do it. Well, the last one when I was younger, I was always terrified and I would run. When they say stand still, that's not going to work. My brain can't process that. But the last one in Queensland that I saw, are they king browns, the really poisonous one?
Yep, that's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was in the bush with my friend Nick, and he knew that I was frightened of snakes. Anyway, this one came over. We were climbing down to a river on all the big rocks, and there was one that was, it curled up on the rock and sort of looked like it was going to strike me next to me. And all he said was, "Don't look down and don't move." And as soon as he said that, I knew exactly what it was, and I could see it out of the corner of my eye. He said, we're going to have to jump off this rock, and you're going to have to, like, it was big rocks. And I said, "I'm sorry, I can't." And he said, "Why?" And I said, "My legs, I can't feel them anymore." They're gone. I can't feel them. It was just frozen, but it didn't go away. It sat there looking like it just wanted to bite, but it wasn't. It was just, I'm like, why isn't it leaving?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that would have been terrifying.
It was horrible. And so any other time I would normally run, but this time I freaked out, and then my legs, I just lost them. I just couldn't make them work.
Oh my gosh. What ended up happening?
So I ended up having to jump, and there was quite a gap between that one and the next rock, and it was quite a reasonable drop. So if I stuffed it up, it was either bitten by a snake or get stuck between two big rocks. So I ended up doing it, but it took an awful lot. Like, he's like, "It's okay, you can do it." And then we went a little bit further up the road because I'm like, we're going back to the car now, because I love being in the bush, but it was like, oh my God, we need to move somewhere else. And he said to me, "Oh no." And he just looked at me and he said, "You are going to freak out." And "Another one?" And he said, "No." And I looked over, and it was this, it was a lace monitor, I now know, but at the time I'd never seen one before. And I'm like, "It looks like a fire-breathing dragon. What is it?" I've never seen. We don't have them here. So I had no idea.
Where was this? Queensland?
Yeah, it was just north of Brisbane.
Oh my gosh, wild territory up there.
Crazy, because I'd been working there for 3 weeks, and I said, I just need to get out of the city. I'm used to being able to go to the farm, and I changed my mind after that. I'm like, "Oh, let's go back to the city."
Take you to a car park.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like. Oh no, but no, it was a good day other than that moment.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that would have been really scary. It sounds like life and death moment jumping.
Yeah, it felt like it. It was I'm probably much more panicked than I needed to be, but it was. He was worried, and I knew, that was the worst thing. I knew when I saw Nick's face that it was. I'm like, "Oh, this is not good." I could tell.
Yeah.
This worry. I'm like, "Oh no, this is real."
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Oh dear. Lucky we didn't take the dog. We're lucky we didn't take the dog back.
Yeah, because what would the dog do? Probably get bit.
Oh dear. What has Chris said? He said, need a plane or a boat ride to get to my state from New South Wales. At the moment, yes, it sounds awful. Sort of, it's the southern area of New South Wales. It's the worst at the moment, isn't it? Tonight, I haven't checked out today's news, just tonight's news.
No, I think, is he talking about the fact that Tasmania is separate?
Or the boat, maybe.
Yeah, like what's the boat that goes from Melbourne to Tassie?
The Spirit of Tasmania.
Spirit of Tasmania.
I love that. So good that it's one of the roughest parts of water, and it's actually often a pretty rough ride down to here, but it's worth it.
Yeah, totally. Do you drive and get on the boat, or do you mainly?
A couple times, but usually we fly. It's often very difficult to get your car on the boat when you want to go. You've got to book it quite a long way out. So if usually when I'm traveling, it's for music. So I tend to just fly and hope that someone can pick me up or hire a car. We'll be flying for Tamworth, so we'll fly from here to Sydney to Tamworth. Are you driving down? Because it's not that far for you, really, is it?
Yeah, it's probably, I tend to drive like a bit slow, but it would take about 5 hours maybe from here.
Okay.
So it's not that bad.
That's pretty good. You can do it in a day if you need to.
Yeah, just in the day. Just get up, drive over there, and it's good countryside, like going from the coast up the Dorrigo Mountain and then across through Armidale, and you see some really beautiful country. So yeah, it's a nice. I always enjoy. I stop at is it Dangar Falls on the way across? It's
lovely
spots, yeah.
Oh, I should fly to Coffs and go across with you. It sounds lovely.
I'll have seats if you want to.
That sounds fun. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know I've interrupted your live, but what time do you start next Thursday if people want to watch?
You didn't interrupt my live at all, Danny. It's I usually start somewhere between 7 and go till about 8. So this is perfect time. Actually, it's been good. And the beauty of it is a lot of people from the live have been coming in and they want to save you from the snake. So
they do, don't they? I'm very appreciative. I will call you guys if there's ever a snake here. Don't you worry. I'll be getting the cats on her arms and I'll be gone. Michelle said they've got thunderstorms at the moment, but no floods. Gunnedah is about to come.
Oh, no good. Yeah. You're doing well there. Yeah.
We've got floods coming this weekend, so hopefully it's horrible, the thought of what you guys are going through.
Yeah, and back at you and all the way down.
Have you guys had floods up at Coffs? Not really.
The in Coffs itself hasn't been too bad, but like the surrounding towns and things, there's been areas that have been affected and earlier in the year as well. Yeah, and north of here, Lismore, it was quite bad. So everyone's kind of getting their turn on it, which is it's really hard.
Well, we're going to all get through it, and then we'll all be able to celebrate in Tamworth. We'll all have to go and have a big catch up in Tamworth. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having me. And if anyone's keen, I know your question before was what times it starts, 7 p.m. on the live stream. So come and join us there. But it's always good to chat to you, Danny. I really appreciate what you do, and we love your show. So thanks for having us on.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you everybody for watching. We'll be back next week. We've got quite a few shows booked in actually, and I have put some ads up already. So keep your eye out on the page. You can click on them if you want to get a reminder so that you don't have to worry about putting it in your diary. We'll see you all next week. Have a lovely weekend and try and stay safe out there, everybody. We'll see you later.
See ya. Thanks.